Hey guys, MSG Retired here. Just going to bring you some results of some of my Freedom of Information Act requests. A lot of these are 2, 3 years old. And I'm going to start off with a decorated hero of World War II. Somebody had reached out to me in regards to an Archibald White. Now, Lieutenant White served during World War II, and I actually received quite a bit of data on him. So if that family member would please reach out to me. I lost all of my email archives. I have no idea who requested some of this stuff, but I would love to get this documentation to you. The first page was a report of death from wounds received in action on 5 December 1944, right before the end of the war. He was in the European area, and this was a notification to his wife. And as I look at some of the additional documentation that came with this, there's a very nice narrative for an award he received from 22 November 1944 for heroic achievement in, and then that's blocked out, on 22 November 1944 in connection with military operations against the enemy, acting as a forward observer for supporting field artillery to a battalion of infantry in attack against the enemy. First Lieutenant White continuously strove to obtain observation and effective adjustment of supporting artillery fire. When able to obtain good observation and knowing full well that his position was vulnerable to enemy mortars and small arms fire, he continued to remain and conduct effective fire against the enemy from his dangerous position until fatally wounded. The outstanding bravery, courage, and devotion to duty shown by First Lieutenant White in the performance of this heroic act reflect great credit upon himself in the military service, and he was given the Bronze Star Medal. It's to see the documents from back then. It's just amazing. And then it goes into just some of his basic information. He was originally a private with the 316th Field Artillery, and then later became an officer. And his stateside service, he was at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, most likely for his artillery training. And there's something it looks like Fort Benning, Georgia. It's really hard to read because it was handwritten in. And then he became a second lieutenant at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Looks like in 1940. So, pretty impressive career. His initial appointment commission was 4/9/1940. So he was commissioned as a second lieutenant at that point, field artillery. Just simply amazing that these old documents exist and they were sent to me. And I'd really like to get this to the person that requested it. Again, I apologize. My email archives, the file was lost, and I don't have any of that. Just in the remarks, he was assigned to the 106th Observation Squadron in July of 41 to January 20th of 42, inclusive. And then on January 21, 42, and then there's no other assignments after that. So just amazing to get this documentation. And there wasn't a lot of documentation, but there's enough here. Just the narrative for the award is extremely impressive. And I'm really surprised he didn't get a posthumous Purple Heart to go along with the Bronze Star. I don't know if that was something they did in World War II. I know, I believe starting in Korea, they started to give out the posthumous Purple Hearts for the injuries they received that ultimately ended with them giving their life for their country. So, Archibald White, whoever requested that, please try and contact me. Next one was a U.S. Marine who is in fact a veteran. I don't know what the circumstances were. I need to start keeping actual written notes on this stuff so I can keep better tabs on all of these. And like I said, this one was submitted on December 4th, 2020. So, and I'm just getting it back. So it went to NPRC first. November 5th, 2021, it looks like it was given over to Department of the Navy because it was a Marine, and NPRC couldn't find any records. So they fired it off to Department of the Navy. Here's the form. And the name on this person was a Brian K. Martin is what was requested. However, by name, date of birth, the last name ends with an S, so it's Martins. And a record was found. They sent me a copy of the DD-214, highly redacted, but Brian K. Martins was in the Marine Corps. Looks like he joined in 96, was separated in 2000. He was reduced to the grade of E2 in 2000, right before he got out. So he must have gotten a little bit of trouble. And like I said, I don't recall what his claims were, but he was an aircraft maintenance hydraulic structure mechanic. So he was an aviation support guy. He received the Sea Service Deployment Ribbon with 1 star. His marksmanship badge stuff is redacted. Armed Forces Service Medal and Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal. Marine Combat Training. Driver's Improvement. Aviation Support Equipment, Hydraulic, and Aviation Support Technician Mechanical. So those were the courses that he took. And again, Brian K. Martins. I have no idea why it was requested me to check him. I did do a check on him. If you requested that check, please reach out to me. This is all the way back. December 4th, 2020 is when I submitted the request. Okay, moving right along. Got another one. This one was submitted November 24th, 2020. The person's name is John L. Flood. If you requested records on Mr. Flood, there are no records on Mr. Flood. NPRC was unable to find any records in regards to any service by a John L. Flood. So reach out to me, turn the punch bowl. If he's claiming shit that he was in the military, did all these fancy things, never served. And last but not least, I have one last one that was submitted 11/25/2020. And I'm just getting these back. This one's dated February 28th, 2023. So it's taken them a long time to get caught up after COVID, I guess. But this one, yet again, the name is Wendell Lehman Wilson. Wendell L. Wilson. I don't recall who requested it, but MPRC was unable to find any documentation on Wendell Lehman Wilson. So those are the 4 most recent I've received back. And I'm going to start doing these as I receive the records back, because I've got a lot of them out there. And I haven't received a lot of them back. It's taken almost 3 years now to, 2.5 years to get some of these requests back. But I am keeping hard copies. I am putting them in my files. And if you requested these, please reach out to me, msgretired@msgretired.com. Send me an email, and I'll be sure to give you a copy of these records. I haven't been doing a lot of records checks on people just because I just don't receive the returns from MPRC. Now I'm starting to get them, so I must have been so deep in the pile, it's taken them this long to do it. So with that, I'm going to close. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That really helps me out a lot. Hit the bell for notifications so when I upload something, go live or whatever, you get notified. Hit the bell, hit the thumbs up. That helps the algorithm a ton. So give me those thumbs up, and I'll be bringing you more of this. Still in my back brace. I'm going to be in this thing for another couple of weeks from my little motorcycle racing accident. But doing well, getting better every day. I'll be 100% strong, and I'll be back out racing come April. With that, guys, just have yourself a great day.